Q&A session. It was frozen for a second. A live Q&A while I'm recording a podcast on the other camera here. And we are going live. I'm going to pull you up YouTube on my second screen, the fourth screen in here, just to be able to interact and reply to your questions, your comments. To be able to interact. All right, it's going to lower the volume on this one, and we're going to get rolling. Will they pop right here? Mm-hmm. All right, so I'll be able to see your comments in real time in the chat as we're rolling. And on the main camera right in front of me, so I might be looking here sometimes, even though YouTube is over here, because we are recording on an actual camera for a actual podcast release. And depending on how this goes, maybe this will be a regular thing. We'll see how it goes with recording the podcast live, also live on YouTube at the same time. I have your comments over here. So if you have any questions, comments, ideas that have to do with the topic that we're on. If not, if you have questions about anything, because you follow other stuff on the channel, go for it and we'll see what we can do. And if it sticks to the topic, we'll keep it in the actual edit of the podcast that goes out on Spotify and YouTube and Apple Music and all that other shit where podcasts go. So we're going to get rolling here in a second, just giving YouTube a second to load up. All my screens firing up and the main camera getting going. So if I'm looking over here, it's because I'm seeing the comments in the chat. If I'm looking here, it's my main camera. If I'm looking over here, that's because it's the YouTube live session. Jump right into the conversation, jump along. This is really, it's a podcast, yeah, for men and a video for men, but men, women, you can all benefit from it. You could still relate to the things we're talking about. So don't think just because it's not a man that you can't jump into this conversation and talk about what we're going to be talking about. So let's get rolling. We're going to hit record on the main camera. We're going to get going and keeping the live going on the YouTube. All right, so what's up, freaks? This is a new episode of the Steve Exkert Show podcast. We're also running this live on YouTube at the same time. So jump in and join the conversation live and add to this discussion that we're talking about. And we're really talking about something that really some men, I'm going to speak about men, and if there's women watching, of course, jump in the conversation also. But some of you, especially men, are so damn serious about winning and success that you forgot how to freaking actually live. And you forgot how to have fun. That's what really this is about. It's about fun. And you see in the title, fun and fire, and just your edge as a man. We've lost that fun and fire and that excitement, shit to get excited about, because we get so serious and so caught up. We take shit so serious. You grind and you build and you discipline and you sacrifice, but in the process, you become a fucking robot. And that is not the way we're meant to live as men. Listen, your wife doesn't want a fucking robot. Your kids don't want a zombie dictator that comes home with no energy left for them at the end of the day. Your team in business doesn't want just a micromanaging freaking slave driver. That's not what anyone is looking for when they're coming to you for leadership in your family, in your business, just even with yourself. So we're talking about fun. Like those people that you lead as a man, they want you. They want the man who can laugh, who could play, who could grind, but make the grind fun, who can suffer, but make the suffer fun, who shit isn't always so uptight and so fucking rigid and whatever else. Because here's the truth. No one's going to remember the titles you have or the dollars you make or the muscles you build as much as they're going to remember the moments of fun and fire and enjoyment and the way you made them feel, the something you made them feel, the emotions you made them feel by bringing freaking fun into their life, into their existence. And again, this is a live podcast. We're recording, going live on YouTube also. I see some comments already from Germany. What's up? We're just put in the comments where you're watching from and jump in the conversation. If you could understand this language, we have a lot of international followers and viewers. But remember, no one's going to remember any of that stuff, and no one wants that robot. Like if you can't have fun while you're building this empire, like what the fuck is the point? Like you won't just lose your family and your team, you'll lose your freaking self. And that's not success. That is a slow death in disguise. What's going on? We got Snap and MD Arfa, Blog City in the chat. Put some comments in, join in the conversation here. Yes, do not be a freaking robot. Like that is not what the people around you need. Like just because you build this success and money, imagine you build this all, but you're just an asshole along the whole time, and you're not there present with your family, and you're not having any fun, and you have nothing to get excited about, nothing to look forward to. Your kids don't want to spend any time with you. Your spouse thinks you're a freaking dud, but hey, you're successful and you build a bunch of businesses and empires and making a shitload of money. And make no mistake about it, I'm all about making shit tons of money, but not if it's to lose your freaking soul and lose your personality and lose your character and your fire and your fun and your edge as a man. Like the fun, the meaning, the fun should have some meaning in everything you're doing. It means that your energy, your attitude, your enthusiasm, your freaking charisma, you're doing cool shit, but doing hard shit. Usually when you ask men, what's the most fun thing they've ever done in life or the greatest accomplishment they have in your life outside of like having kids or getting married, because that's like the generic answer they'll give. It always has something to do with something hard, something challenging, and usually something that they're doing with other people that they like. That's fun. Fun doesn't mean just going to fucking Disneyland and eating some cotton candy and looking at some stupid ass Mickey Mouse. That's not what we're saying by fun, because that also could be a miserable experience if it's not with people you like, if it's with people who are not present. I've told the story about Disneyland before, about walking around Disneyland. And I saw this dude, this chubby motherfucker, and he's walking with his daughter, this like 6-7-year-old girl, holding her hand, and she's eating her ice cream cone. This fucking dude is on the phone arguing with someone about work or business or a meeting or money or something. And we're walking behind him for a good amount. You know, you're walking around like crazy at freaking Disneyland. You're walking for hours and hours. You'll get your damn 10,000 steps in. Walking behind this chubby dude, holding his daughter's hand. He's arguing on the phone for like minutes that we're walking, like several minutes that we're walking like near them. And this girl is just sitting there walking along with her ice cream cone. And it's all melting all down her hand and her arm. Because this motherfucker is sitting there just arguing on the phone with someone about money and business at work, thinking that he's having fun with his daughter. Hell no. That girl's going to be fucking 30 years old talking to her therapist about this trauma, like PTSD she has from fucking Disneyland. Every time she sees Mickey Mouse, she's going to start shaking and getting cold sweats and shit. Like that's enthusiasm is a healthy dopamine. Hell yes. Just going off the comments. And when I'm looking over here, I'm looking at the live chat comments in YouTube. So that's what real fun is. Like when you ask people their biggest accomplishments are, their proudest moments, it's always hard shit. It's always fun shit. It's always with cool people. And it's a bonus if you can get paid while you're doing it. Imagine you could add all that together and actually monetize it and get paid. Now you're talking about next level freaking fun. And we were on a RV road trip recently out. We went from California all the way up to Montana. We went through Idaho or Utah, Idaho, all these other states, obviously, to get to Montana. And we get to this point, this area in Montana in Glacier National Park, and we go on this hike, and it starts raining on the hike, whatever. There's all these wild goats and all these other little weird wild animals on the hike. And it comes to this lake. It's called Hidden Lake, and it's in Glacier National Park, so the lakes are freaking cold. And it wasn't the cold time of year. It wasn't winter, so it wasn't freezing, but the water was freaking cold. But we weren't planning on going swimming on this hike. We were planning on going on a hike. So we had no extra clothes. In my backpack, I always keep extra pair of socks, extra pair of underwear just for the hike, just for the hell of it. You're sweating too much, and it was pouring rain, so good thing I had it. But we get to the lake, and like, you know what? We're going to figure out how to do this. I'll go in either with my pants, and I'll wear the extra shorts I have because I had shorts underneath my pants, or we'll figure out how to do it. We ended up just jumping in this ice cold lake in our underwear because we didn't want to miss this opportunity. We wanted to have some fun. Imagine if we would have just left there and not done it. We would have regretted it. We would have regretted that life, because when are we ever going to probably never be at that lake ever again? If you see the pictures I put on like Instagram, it looks like a fake picture. It looks like an AI picture of this lake and the mountains in the background and all this other stuff. What keeps you going on, especially in hard times? The things that we talk about, if you follow this show at all, what keeps going on is having fun by not taking shit to. I'm just reading a question from the chat, and that's what chat's for. This is a Q&A. Put it in there. It says, what keeps you going on, especially in hard times? Like, shit, as a man, you're gonna have hard times almost every fucking day. Something's gonna happen every day to challenge you as a man. Imagine if you didn't take it so serious and so much anxiety, and you actually made shit fun. You knew that it's not the end of the freaking world. You're always gonna have belief in your ability to figure it out. And it ties into lots of things we talk about in the coaching programs that do, the Freak Father Alliance, and in the one-on-one coaching, but also in all the previous episodes of this podcast, when we go into all the different strategies and habits and tactics. Really, rules, routines, and rituals are what gets you there. Like when I'm having a hard time, I'll go right here in this book right here, and I'll just start writing, getting shit out of my head, some thoughts out of my head. I'll go read a book. I'll go sit outside in the sun in the backyard and go read a book. Or I'll go do another extra training session, an extra workout. Like, why sit there and just let shit stew up in your head and get nothing out of it except just dig yourself deeper and deeper in a freaking hole? And all those things can be fun. Like, turn things around, reframe shit, make shit fun, make shit exciting, bring fire and energy and a little bit of scariness and risk. Scariness and risk actually is fun. Taking chances, taking risks is fun. Shit, getting punched in the face, getting choked in jiu-jitsu, that is fun because there's a scariness to it when you're grappling with someone else that's trying to choke you freaking unconscious. So think about those memorable experiences. Like, how often are you creating those for your family, for your spouse, for your kids, for yourself? And let's really dive into it about how this showing up as this, and we're using the term fun just to get the broad idea of it. That really means the energy, the enthusiasm, the fire, the edge of man showing up that way all the time, not being a freaking dud or a robot or a zombie, being a present, intentional man. That's what we're saying by fun. So it doesn't just mean, again, going to the Disneyland bullshit. So that's the power of fun for men, really. The lack of it when you're not showing up that way, that rigidity, being rigid, overly rigid, is going to kill your connection. Like, a man who only works and only is just disciplined, so hardcore, structured and disciplined, and just is, that just builds up distance. That rigidness builds up distance from your family, from your wife. You become unrelatable to your kids. You're burnt out in freaking business. And when you are that man that and understand that power of fun as a man, that fun equals fuel. It resets your freaking nervous system. It lowers down your stress. It recharges your creativity and your energy levels. We're going to do previous upcoming episodes on the opposite ends of this fun, not getting too comfortable, but also then maintaining your energy and not letting your energy get dropped out from you. So that fun, when you are fun, you become a leadership magnet. Like, people, your family, your team, your clients, your spouse, your kids, they want to be around and they want to follow and be led by a man who brings that energy and that laughter and that lightness and that sarcasm and that vibe along with them. That fun is an energy. It's an emotion. It's an energy. It's a feeling. And that's what people want to be around. That's what people will be drawn to and attracted to and want to be led by. And it also prevents you from burning out and not just getting all caught up in the mix, in the hype. And they say stress and burnout. When it comes to stress and burnout, 77% of professionals report feeling burnt out and lacking enjoyment is their leading factor in feeling burnt out. 70% of people say lack of enjoyment, basically not having fun, not feeling that fire and that vibe and that energy in their life. That fun, again, we're wrapping all this up into the simple term fun just to make it easy to talk about. We're talking on a much deeper level than the way you normally think of fun. That 70% of people feel burned out because of lack of enjoyment. That's a leading factor in them feeling stressed and burned out. And kids who regularly play with their fathers show a 33% higher social competence and stronger long-term mental health in studies. just by their father playing with their kids. Think of how fucking easy that is, how simple that is to give your kid just by playing with them and being present and intentional and like having that, we call it crazy time, where we're fighting, we're grappling, we're sparring. Now the kids are getting older, we're freaking slugging it out, doing jujitsu and kickboxing sparring. Like, that is fun. It's scary. It's fun. It's also building skills. It's bonding. That alone gives them a 33% advantage on anyone else who's not having those type of relationship and things with their family. Fun it impacts your marriage also. Like, you should be laughing regularly. If you're not laughing hundreds of fucking times a day, or at least a few times a day, you're more than likely like double the chance of not having a lasting, satisfying relationship just from laughing. Like, couples who laugh together, like, you need to fucking laugh. You need to, like, yeah, I'm serious when I'm doing coaching or training, but or at events. But if you saw us at home, like, we are just having a blast most of the time, except when these kids piss me the fuck off. But besides that, we're having fun. We're talking shit. We're laughing because that's what is needed. Like, you need to freaking laugh. You need to joke around. You need to not take shit so seriously and show up as that robot, that zombie. And at work, like, the studies about work and fun show that employees who enjoy their work, who have fun at work, are 31% more productive and generate 3 times more revenue. Help generate 3 times more revenue and just more creative. Just because it's slightly fun. I'm just going to catch up on some stuff in the chat here. And yeah, when it comes to trauma, obviously everyone's different. The purpose of this show is not to be a therapist or anything, but if you have some discipline, you have some structure, you take care of yourself, you take care of your mind, your body, and your energy, and you have fun and you intentionally go and have fun, show up with a positive attitude and go default positive on everything instead of let everything drag you down, and surround yourself around the wrong people. That all will fun. That fun will help you get past a lot of these things. Now, when it comes to coaching is taking you from where you are to going forward to where you need to be. That's the difference between coaching really and like therapy. Therapy is like to deal with past and trauma, and there is a time and a place for that. But a lot of times, what will replace that therapy or help you overcome different things, and everyone's different. I don't want to say that for trauma in general, but is taking care of your mind, taking care of your body, training hard in the freaking gym, having a positive attitude, being a regular reader, spending time around people that you like rather than people you dislike. Like, that alone right there will solve 99% of your freaking problems going forward from where you are. And we are just checking out, trying to catch up on the comments and looking at some dumbass comments in here. I don't even know, something about a trans woman. I'll delete the comments. And so let's get back into this idea of fun. So where in life have you gotten so rigid that fun disappeared? And since we're here live, put that there in the comments. Like, where in your life have you gotten so rigid, so strict that there is no more fun, there is no more fire, there is no more energy, there is no more passion and purpose behind what you're doing? Where in your life has it gotten so rigid? And I try to not be rigid all the time, because we need to be rigid. Don't get me wrong. We need to be rigid in certain things that we're doing and when we're working, and you have to have structure and discipline and daily disciplines and habits, but you need to also not be overly rigid where you're just like a fucking communist and just a dictator. Like, we have time during each day where it's just dog time. We're just going with the dogs. Phones are away. We're just barefoot in the wet grass, like letting your feet sink into the earth and just playing with the dogs, throwing the dogs out there, just talking shit, just laughing, chasing the dogs, having fun, just for the purpose of having fun, for even detaching. Like, that's one of the ways that we do it as a family all together. We also train together, and those training sessions usually are hard. which makes it fun, which makes us challenge each other, which makes us push each other. Then we box together. Then we do jujitsu together. Like me and my son take the jujitsu class together, and every single time he's trying to fucking murder me. Ain't happening. He gets his ass whooped, but he's trying, and it's fun watching him try. And sometimes he's trying so hard, like really trying to like hurt me, that I'm laughing while he's trying to choke me because I know he ain't gonna get me yet. And I'm just laughing because I know it ain't gonna happen. But he wants it so bad. But it's fun. Hard shit is fun. Dangerous shit is fun. Scary shit is fun. And even simple fun stuff like video games and board games, we do that kind of stuff too, to just detach. Sometimes you have to detach and let loose, not take shit so serious. Sometimes just going out and take the dogs for a walk. That can be fun. Getting out of your own fucking head and getting out of the grind. Sometimes I'll just open up a book. I'll just go sit outside, sometimes sit outside and do nothing. And that could just be fun because it's just freedom and it re-energizes you. Or I'll just start reading a book when I'm getting any kind of stress or anxiety up in my head. And I didn't start the timer. And, but YouTube shows the timer. And that you need to create these moments of fun, whatever that is. One client of mine told me, and this wouldn't be for me, he's like, yeah, I know what you're saying about fun. I just out of nowhere was with my girlfriend and the kids were there, and we were sweep cleaning up the kitchen. I had the broom and I just started running around and singing into the broom like a microphone. Well, that's not something necessarily I'm going to do. I'm not going to run around like Cyndi Lauper into the microphone, but if it works for you, like don't be him and his girlfriend and his kids, his daughters, it was seeing him do this, like probably is like, oh, dad's not such an uptight, yippity asshole. He can loosen up. And they probably maybe were slightly embarrassed by it, but probably more fun and enjoyed it more than they were embarrassed by their father not being so freaking uptight. Like, ask yourself if your wife or your kids, if someone asked them right now, if I was to ask them, or they were sitting here right with you right now, and they had to truth serum and they had to say the truth, would they say that you make life exciting for them? What would their honest answer be? People say, well, honestly, this and that. Like, I hate when people start with a message or a response or a sentence with honestly, or to be honest, or if I'm telling you the truth here. Like, if you have to start a sentence off by saying to be honest, or if I'm telling the truth, are you telling me that the other 99% of the times you don't start a sentence with that, you weren't telling me the truth? Anyway, it's just a side thought. But what would your wife and kids say about you? Do you make shit exciting? Do you make things fun? Or are they walking on eggshells around you? This is a time to have that, give yourself that gut check. Just going to check back into someone said you look poor. What makes me look poor? That's an interesting comment. That's a good thing about live here. We can have some side conversations. You look poor. Okay, his name is DF. Tyson Production, either check him out. First, always those you want to try and check out sometimes to see what kind of loser it is, but then just do your old delete, block and delete stuff. You look poor. Good. That's that. I'll tell you what, that's the opposite of a fun person. That's a person who I hope isn't married and doesn't have kids, that's scrolling on the internet and going on YouTube, going onto someone's video and typing in a comment. That is not fun. That is the kind of person that your family looks down upon and don't want to be around. Like, don't be that person whose kids don't want to be around them. Like I always say, I judge my success and my progress as a man by how fast the footsteps are of the kids when I'm coming home from somewhere. Are they fast to come and greet me? Is it fast footsteps coming to me? Because I know when I was a kid, when we heard my father's broken muffler coming from a mile away, the footsteps would be running away from the door, not towards the door. So how do you judge what would your family really say about you and your fun? Like, do you make things exciting? Or are you just a fucking dud? And that's fine if you are, if you have the awareness, it's time to freaking do something about it. And then on the flip side, where would they wish that you'd maybe loosen up a little bit? And maybe what is it they wish maybe you would do with them that you don't do with them because you're too freaking uptight or too rigid? So what do your kids or your wife wish you loosen up about or wish you would do with them? Simple little things like that. You answer that question right there, a lot of your problems in life are solved. And a few episodes from now, we're going to go into this episode on how does all this personal development stuff actually translate into making money? And it does. Like what we're talking about right now, having fun will turn into you making more fucking money. And we're going to go into all the different categories of personal development that we talk about here on the show all the time and talk about how each of those categories directly will lead to you making more money. And find ways to have fun with your family, with your spouse, with your kids. Whether for you that's singing in the fucking mop like Cyndi Lauper, or cooking together, or working out together, or going for a hike, playing board games, playing video games, fighting each other. Go do some sparring. Go put on some gloves and a mouthpiece and some headgear and beat the shit out of each other. Like, have some freaking fun. Well, you want some, boy? You over here eyeballing me while I'm talking about that. My son's over there listening in, eyeballing me about the fighting stuff. Any book recommendations? Yeah, so many books. If you can see, well, you can't see on the YouTube, but if you move this camera, no, I just fucked it up. There's literally probably 1,000 books here behind me on these different bookshelves. I just fucked up the YouTube camera. So many book recommendations. It really depends on what direction. If you're talking about personal development, some of my favorites, if you've never read Outwitting the Devil, start there. That will probably teach you how to not be so rigid and loosen up a little bit and live life a little more. I like to say in all my coaching programs, create a life that you don't need a vacation from. If you haven't read Outwitting the Devil, read it, but also listen to it. That's one of the few books that I would even recommend also listening to, because it's a totally different experience also listening to it. But have fun with your kids. Be the one they want to hang around. Like, let them pick the shit you can do. Like today, I just worked out with my daughter. Right before this, I worked out with my daughter, just a daddy-daughter workout. And I know that like she likes working out, but sometimes she doesn't feel like it. So I was like, you know what? In my head, how can I make this more fun for her? She likes doing shit like rollerblading and skateboarding. Now, as much as I want to do shit with her, if I do those things with her, I'm going to end up in the fucking hospital. It's just not my strong suit, is jumping on a freaking skateboard and going down a ramp and flipping up in the air. No fucking thank you. I will blow out every fucking knee and joint in my body. But during the workout, all right, I want to get her to work out. I want her to have fun. I want her to do it with me. I want her to get challenged. So you know what? We were doing an exercise. And when you do the exercise, say I'm doing jump rope. My partner, which is her, would run to the gate and come back. So I do the jump rope for as long as it takes them to come back. They're my timer. She gets back. She tags me. Now she runs to the gate, or I run to the gate and come back while she's jumping rope. So for her, instead of running to the gate, she just skateboarded to the gate and skateboarded back. And that was a timer. So she got to get her skateboarding in. We got to work out. We got to do it together. It made her forget that we're actually working hard as we were. I was out there here in the California sun, and we had some freaking fun. You can make workouts fun. You can turn everything into a game, turn everything into a competition, turn everything into a battle, push and pressure each other, keep each other on the freaking edge. Because if you died today, would your family remember you for the hustle and grind that you did in the office when they weren't even there to witness it, first of all? Or would they remember the fun, the fire, the excitement, and the shit talking that you brought to them? Like, do your kids think of you as the fun dad, or just the serious, uptight, freaking stick up their ass dad? Like, are you the type of dad that has a broomstick up his ass, or the type that's singing into the stick like freaking Madonna? Like, which one do they see more of when they're thinking of you, or when they go and show up to your freaking funeral one day? Like, it's time to loosen the fuck up. We have these jelly ball guns we've used, airsoft guns. We do like fake hostage situations and all this crazy stuff. At the beach, we built some big sand monster thing and doing stupid shit like that. Some of it's stupid, yeah, but freaking fun. We challenge each other with fitness, with boxing, with martial arts, with all these things that we've been talking about. You can also have fun at work and in your business. Celebrate the wins. Have a ritual when you get a sale, something you do to signal that there was a win or a sale. Like in the movies, you see them ringing the bell or having a freaking party. Make your meetings less robotic. Start with icebreakers. Tell jokes. Tell stories. Like, lighten the fuck up within the boundaries of like HR, so you're not whatever going against breaking any laws or some shit. But create fun competitions with your team. Sales leaderboards and prizes and recognition. Like, you can make shit fun. I remember at Bedros Keuilian's headquarters, I don't know if he still has it now, there's like a lounge room downstairs at a ping pong table that at any point, people can go downstairs and just go play ping pong during the workday. Now, you still need to have obligations to get your shit done, but they'd go and they'd play ping pong. And just to like loosen up and clear their heads, like it's just like a break for regeneration. So ask yourself, where have you let business or the grind replace your fun and fire that you should be having? And at work, do people feel your energy is rigid and robotic, or do they feel inspired to be around you? Do your workers, if you have a team, or your team members, or if you're a manager, do they want to be around you, or do they pretend they're busy so you leave them alone? Like, how much fun would your team say you are to be around? And not saying you're going to work just to have fun. Obviously, the goal is to make some fucking money, but how much fun would your team say you are to work with? Or your kids, or your wife? How much fun would they say you are to be around? Like, what would they say if they were asked about that? In business, make it a competition, gamify shit, set challenges for your team, make hitting targets a competition, have leaderboards, do some creative content, break the routines and the norms and all the other bullshit that everyone goes through like robots at work and in companies and business. Do shit differently. Like, live life on your own terms. Run your business on your own terms. Like, that's what you need to think about it. But then you also need to have fun as yourself. See in the comments with books we talk about. I could tell you tons of books if you reading some of this. Let's see. Feels so interesting. Like, your advice is so different from these YouTube gurus just saying that you need to throw feelings out the window. But you're right. Yeah, throw feelings out the window. Yeah, you don't want to have feelings and be overly emotional. You need to be able to control your emotions. But like, if you don't have shit to look forward to and to get excited about every fucking day, like, what's the point of the hustle and grind? What's the point of the suffering? As a man, you're going to suffer and you're going to be getting kicked in the nuts every freaking day in one way or the other. Why not have fun while it's happening? You know it's going to happen. You can't avoid it. You can't control that shit, but you can control how you deal with that nut kicking that happens that's going to happen every day. What's your business background? Well, first, I used to own gyms in New York, a couple of gyms in New York. Now I run coaching programs and leadership programs and run workshops and events here in California. And I do leadership, teamwork, communication, problem solving, coaching for businesses and companies also, in addition to one-on-one coaching and men's group coaching in the areas of mindset, family, fitness, and business. All right, let's keep this rolling. Doing this live makes it a little longer, but that's all good. It's all fine. That this interaction and the questions on the chat is exactly what we're looking for. So fun on your own personal fun. Like, reconnect with some old passions or hobbies that you used to have, or sports or instruments or learning a language or building shit or creating or carving freaking wood and some dinosaurs that I saw my daughter watching some video on. Ridiculous, some of the skills people have out there. Like, what are you afraid to start? Like, try something new that scares you a little bit. Go to a jiu-jitsu class and get yourself tied up in freaking knots by a little 130-pound little string bean. Like, go do something a little that scares you a little bit. Go take a speaking class. Go do a comedy skit. Do some painting or surfing. Something that scares you a little bit, but also is going to be fun. Usually scary, hard shit becomes fun. Like, schedule time for those hobbies in your day and in your week so you have something to look forward to. Yes, we're going to hustle and we're going to grind and we're going to be obsessed with our work and our business, but not at the expense of your own fucking sanity or the expense of not leading your family and your kids the way you should be. Like, go learn some new skills just for fun. So the question with that is, like, what hobby or passion did you abandon that used to light you the fuck up, but you don't have time for it? Or it doesn't work for you anymore? Like, how would your energy and your creativity and your leadership improve if you just incorporate a little more fun, a little more fire, a little more energy, a little more shit talking into your week? How much would all that stuff improve? And then ask yourself, when's the last time you actually just fucking laughed? When's the last time you actually laughed hard? Like, actually laughed? Like, people don't laugh enough. People take shit too serious. Like, I'm all about talking shit. Like, if that's a superpower of mine, it's to be able to talk shit, crack a joke in any situation, in any circumstance. Like, I have a rule at my funeral. There's going to be armed guards at my funeral that no one is allowed to cry. If anyone cries, I don't care who it is, a family member, they're going to be physically removed from the premises because it's going to be about a celebration. It's going to be about having fucking fun. I want people just to share shit talking stories or stupid shit I did or said with them or to them or about them, any of that. Like, that's the fun we need to have. That's the way we need to be thinking about stuff. Getting out of doing the hard shit, creating those memorable experiences. Because we could go on for this for a while, but let's kind of tie this all up together, wrap it all together. Like, the benefits and the impact. Exkert said party in capital letters. Just party. She just wants a party. It's funny, same last name. Huh. Go figure. Yes, on the funeral. MD Arfa. It is. It's like, I don't want people sitting there sad and down and depressed. Like, my life made you sit there and wear black and fucking cry all day? Hell no. I'm gonna go fucking have a party. Go let that energy live on. Let it go forward. Because what are the benefits and the impact of having fun and bringing that fire and energy into what you do? In your relationships, fun is going to build connection. It's going to break tension. It's going to give you even higher levels of respect. In fatherhood, your kids are going to remember you're laughing more than your freaking lectures. That's going to sink in and teach them more about life than you just always preaching bullshit that you're probably not even fucking following yourself. And that's what's going to build a lifelong bond, the fun that you're having. And we have to keep saying, that's why the next episode we're going to do is on comfort and battling comfort and not getting too comfortable and complacent, because the far end of we'll go too far the end of the spectrum of having fun and you get comfortable and complacent. And that's obviously where we don't want to be. That's going to be the next episode we actually do. In business, fun leaders are magnetic. They're creative and they attract people who want to be around them and want to work for them, want to treat their business like it's their own. And they want to stay there because of the purpose, because of the mission, because of the leader. It's a fun place to work. They don't have to dread going to do that work every day. And then just obviously in your health and your fitness, the health benefits of having fun, reducing stress and cortisol and your overall just level of just happiness. Because listen, to bring this all full circle and wrap it up, discipline without fun is just dictatorship. And no one wants to live under that, including your wife, including your kids, including your teams, including your fucking self. Fun is not weakness. Fun is strength under control. It's the joy and the happiness and the fulfillment in the grind. It's the laughter in the chaos. That's what we're talking about when we're saying be that fun leader, that fun husband, father, leader, and man. And fun is the fuel that will make you a better father and husband and entrepreneur. Don't just dominate. Enjoy the fucking domination, or else what's the point? Fun isn't a distraction from success. It's the fuel for success. You think clearer when you're positive and you're happy and you're laughing. You think clearer. You connect deeper when you're playing, when you're challenging, when you're a little scared, taking a little risks. You sell better when you're fired up and lit up on the inside. You lead stronger when your energy isn't just about the grind. It's about the fucking fun and the fire. Your wife will follow a man who brings that excitement and fun. Your kids will remember a father who made their childhood fun and exciting. Your team will fight harder for a leader who makes the mission feel alive and have a purpose. Like, you want to make more money? Inject more fun into your leadership, in your home, in your presence. Because no one wants to buy from or follow or be led by the man who's just a fucking zombie, robotic dud. Fun without discipline is chaos. Discipline without fun is burnout. You can't lead your family, your business, or yourself with only one side of this equation: the discipline, the grind, the rigidness, the structure. Like, that's what we're talking about. Fun is not weakness. It is fuel. If you don't create it for your family, for your team, for your kids, guess what? They're going to go and look for it somewhere else. And that's not where we want to be. So continue putting the questions, the comments, keep the conversation going down there in the chat. This video will be posted up there in a second. This is a little experiment we're doing for the Steve Exkert Show podcast, doing a live here on YouTube. And we're going to wrap it up here with fun, but don't be a freaking dud. But this also ties into the next episode about fighting that comfort and complacency, because complacency kills. We don't want to go too far on the end of the spectrum. And if you want to know how to make all this happen and create this life you don't need a vacation from, just send me a message and also look down the show notes for Freak Mode 40. It's a free, absolutely free 40-day daily discipline habit challenge that will absolutely inject more purpose, fire, energy, passion, and fun into your life as a husband, a father, a leader, and a man. So Freak Mode 40, go to freakmode40.com, a completely free $200 video course. You could start today for the next 40 days to lock in all these daily disciplines and habits so you can have fun all along the way. We're going to wrap it up there. And in case no one told you yet today, you are freaking awesome. No excuses.